It is Jacob here today, and I'm gonna have another mock with you guys today. It's been a long time since I have done my last mock. This is my newest creation that I've done over the past, I don't know, month or two, I think it has been. So I'm really glad I get to do this again, and man oh man, I think this is actually one of the best mocks that I have ever done. Guys, this is Gipsy Danger from Pacific Rim, the movie. He is pretty big. He is like as big as my hand, a little bigger. He is filled with articulation. He can move his legs, his knees, his feet, his hip. He has a swivel hip. He can move his fingers. He has accessories. He has many accessories actually. He can move his neck and everything. This is a really cool mock. And there's some parts about this that like I don't think anyone else has ever thought of. So we're gonna just get into this mock right away. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's just get right into it. So the first thing you'll see is the color. He is a dark blue, grayish, whitish, and reddish, dark red to be exact. And so most of his stuff is dark, such as his dark blue and his dark red. Makes sense. Let me move the camera into the right position. Him into the right position. So right now I have him in one of his cool poses. His legs spread out. His left arm holding the sword, the chain sword, which is actually shown in the movie, which is really cool, sticking out, and his hand just a little bit open with his thumb as well. So he has 3 fingers and a thumb, which could help. Move him back. His head is a special design, and the weird thing is his head's actually upside down. If you can see. So it's half upside down and half upward. Let me just show you if I can get his head detached from his body. Here we go. So I got his head right here. This head is half and half. And it's a weird way of how I built this. No one else, not that I can see of, no one else on any other channel has ever built this kind of head. Because it's a square. If you look at the back, trying to focus this in, you can see, I don't know if it's gonna focus or not. You can, won't focus. I don't know, but yeah, sadly it's not gonna focus. But what I did is, I essentially took a 1x1 stud, connected to a special piece that I'm not really sure what it is. It's more of a, what do you call it? A spacer, but it's a very large spacer. It's not like those ones. It's a spacer for a rod and a pin, because it's circular, not a cross. So what I do is I basically take this spacer, and this is how I made it. I just did that basically. It's pretty simple. And it gives a good design of what his head looks like. I just stick it in there, bottom half, shaped like this, so that it lines up with the 2 slip parts on top of the head. So if I stick that in, it gives it the Gipsy Danger head. And I just put a 1x1 dark blue square stud, or square plate on top of it, and then faced it normally, like it was straight. Sorry for that buzzing. That's my brother's watch. He has a watch. Sorry guys. So he has loads of articulation, like a lot of it. Let's get that head in place. So this is the front of him. Let me just bring down his arm, simply. And I'm gonna poke it out. So I'm just using some of the I forgot what they're called. They're the connections like clips, but instead they ratcheting clips, basically. I'm using those for his hands only. If we come to the back, he still has a nice design on his legs. Let me get some light on there. A nice design on his legs. On the back, he has the 2 engine compartments, like in the movie, which is very nice to have in detail. I tried replicating like that spine going down of it. I don't think it's very realistic, but I tried. As you can see right now, he has the swiveling hip motion. He also has these 2 of the top like side, he has like the 2 side top armor plates on the back of his chest that actually loop around. You can angle those however you want. So yeah, his arms have a little stud on them right here, so that you can catch such as a sword right here, which is very nice. The sword easily comes off. Simply, it's just some plates attached to a longer plate, or tiles connected to a longer plate. Sorry guys. One of the coolest features of his legs, actually. I'm gonna angle this down. I'm gonna bring it up. Oop, that's a little shiny. Okay, never mind. Right here, he has a toe swivel motion. Oop, it's coming apart. It's not. This is a very fragile thing. So you can see the toe motion, and it drops as well. So when he's taking a step, you know how like if you just made it sturdy, it'd just be like that, unless mine's like this, where it has a toe motion. So yeah, this, as I said, this kind of MOC is very fragile. He can break very, very easily. My brother has already broken it once. Because if you pick him up, he can break off from his body to his waist, and his arms can break, and his legs can break. He's very, very fragile. Also, these back things. Oops. Sorry, guys. Also, back thing, the backside or arm plates can also break. So I'm just going to give you guys a better view of him right about now. So I just moved my camera or my tripod a little higher up so you can see him better, as I just saw in the last part of my film, what I just did. So he has some attachments, such as the sword, which is just the sword. Well, it's more like a chain sword, because it's technically what happens is it's in his arm, but since it's because it's like a chain. It's wrapped up very tightly, and then it swings out, and then it tightens up. The other attachment is obviously you can't have Gipsy Danger if you don't have Gipsy Danger's plasma cannon. This is simply just like a small little web with a stud on the back, and then the arms, the Technic arm thingies, and then you have the light blue disc kind of thing, dish. I don't know how you say that, or I don't know what it technically is. I'm just gonna say disc. So you can attach that in a way. You have to take the thumbs off, the thumb, and the fingers. Sorry guys, I'm just losing my words. It has not been a fun day today. Lots of stuff. So this is his plasma cannon on. You can maneuver or change the angle of these little hand clip things, or fingers, either one, because if you have a small little person, it'd be hands. If you have a big person, it'd be fingers. And you can angle them. You can angle the arm however you want. I like it. It looks pretty good, and it works. It spins. It does whatever you need it to do. So that's a nice feature that I added. Only problem is though, the stud does get stuck on there, so you manually have to go put it back on to the back of the plasma cannon. Now, I wish I could do this, because in the movie, the plasma cannon is not an accessory that they have to put on their hand and hold. The plasma cannon is actually their hand. So basically, they have their hand, and when they turn on the plasma cannon, their fingers. So the reason why I only have 3 of these is because in the movie, it looks like 3, but it's actually 5. 2 fingers right here, 2 fingers right here, and then 1 finger right here. So you have 5 fingers. They all fold up, kind of like this. That's kind of what it looks like. You have a finger, or the thumb, 2 fingers, and then 2 fingers. So that's how it would be, and then it start shooting and stuff. And then when it folds back, it would change into the normal hand. But what the thing is, it has a spinning motion, which I can't do. And and the thing with Lego fingers, they can't really flex. They're stiff, really stiff. So I have to get used to that. But it is quite easy to put all the things back on. Just stick them on. But after you do that, you have to push it in a little because the stud actually goes inside of that hole, and it pushes the wrist a little out of the normal clip, and it'll just do something. Her nuclear reactor, because Gipsy Danger is technically a her. Her heart or nuclear reactor is inside of a disc. Is a disc inside of a disc, which is clipped, or not really clipped. I guess it's one of the 1x2 Technic pin pieces with the single pin hole in it, and this is just stuck in with there, and the studs on it. So yeah. Ooh, I forgot to show you guys one more thing. Elbow rockets. I had to add it. I can't. You cannot make Gipsy Danger without an elbow rocket. So basically, these would be like that. You connect an elbow, or I mean not elbow. You connect like a small little rocket, or like rocket booster, or the flames. Usually flames, because that is the rocket right there. And you would put it in a motion. Like you put the fist in the elbow farther out, and you could technically make a stop motion out of it. I'm probably not gonna try to because I know it's gonna be very hard to replicate because it's Gipsy Danger. So yeah. It's a very hard thing to replicate because Gipsy Danger, it has so many different aspects about it that like it's just, there's too many things to worry about. What I had trouble worrying about is these legs. These legs were hard to do because I was trying to get the motion, but I didn't want the knee to go too far forward, so it looked like he broke the knee. I also had trouble with the hands. I didn't want him to look too open, so it looks like he's weak. And also, one of the hardest things was his body, because it looked good from the front, but from the side, he's a little fat. She's a little fat. So I had trouble trying to thin her down, so it was more, you know, suitable. So, yeah, this is such a good MOC. I love this MOC right here. I'm sorry I cannot show you, or maybe I can show you. So I showed you the swivel, the swiveling hip motion. You also have the knee motion. Not much. Oops, see, as I told you, very fragile. You have the, let me move the camera down. You have, I showed you the toe motion. You have the, like the ankle motion. Not much of it since it's in such a compact area, but it is. You also have the secondary hip motion, which is on a ball joint. Well, this is on a swivel. This is on a ball joint. You'll probably know how that works. In, out, a little forward and back. Okay. You also have, I show you the swivel on the hand. It can do full 360. You have the wrist, also full 360, and you have the elbow, which is a full 90 degrees. So that's good. And in the head, 180. Actually, no, not 180. I don't think so. well, around 180 for the head for spinning, and then I think it's like just a small little section where you can move the head back and forth, just a little bit, and a little bit side to side. So that's nice. And that's all of all of her maneuverability or adjustments that you can do to her. So this is a really, really nice MOC. I really like it. It looks really good. If I could get some small, like thin red, dark red stripes and just put it like around the body, that would be much better. But the thing is, it's brick built. But that's also the good thing. So you can do something like this where you can make like this, where it's like a small little stripe. I can't show you that because it's too bright. You could do something like that, but it's just really hard to, because then it'll look too bulky, or it'll look too thin, or it just won't look good at all. So it's really hard to do this stuff. Sadly, I said that it has 5 fingers. I only put 4 on there just because I don't want it to look too bulky, as I just said. And also the knee section between the ankle and the knee, this section, the shin. I'm sorry I made that too short. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more MOCs, just go watch some of my early videos, and I will be making a new video pretty soon on some stuff. I have a Falcon 9, the SpaceX version, that's actually like the spaceship. I have the space cannons from Star Wars, the blaster cannon things. I also have another MOC, which is a model car, actually. So that would be pretty cool to do. I also have a V19 Torrent that I got a long time ago, but I haven't made a video on it, so I might do that. And I think that is about it. I'm just gonna go check, guys. I also have a small little MOC on a micro, the Star Wars Destroyer micro version. I have a small little MOC on that, so I might do a video on that, just might. And I'm also planning to do a new channel, which is gonna be on model cars. I have 3 model, I have 3 model cars at this moment. I'm probably gonna get more. All Mercedes right now. I have, well, you're just gonna have to see, because I don't really want to say it because it's cool. 1 model car is broken, sadly. Well, 2 model cars are technically broken, because all my model cars that I have are used. They're not brand new. So yeah, I have a couple other ones to do, but they're in a box. So I don't have a couple other MOCs to do, but they're in the box, so I can't really get them right now. And that is about it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please slap that like button. And if you enjoy the videos I actually create over and over again, please subscribe to the channel. That would help me with YouTubing. And thank you for supporting me. I hope you guys like this MOC. And good luck.